Hello, today I will draw a 10 HP squirrel cage induction motor installation plan in AutoCAD 2015. Mm, Here you can see the three sections are there. First section is single line wiring diagram, second section is wiring diagram from energy meter to motor, and the third section is installation plan, location of main control board, motor control board, and motor. With in one A4 sheet it is already drawn, but now I will draw these three sections in three separate A4 sheet. And so let's go. Now here at first I have to set the unit in which the dimension I will provide in the AutoCAD. So first I have to go to the format, from there the units. Okay, in units, here you can see that insertion scale, units to scale inserted content. So by default it is already selected the millimeters option, but you may see in your computer that it is in some inches or yards, something, some other options may be selected in your by default settings, but here we will choose the millimeters option and then OK. That means now whatever the dimension we will provide, it will automatically detect those dimension as in millimeters. Okay, so first we will draw the all these drawings in A4 sheet. So as we know that the dimension of A4 sheet is 297 millimeter by 210 millimeter. So we will take a rectangle. We can start the rectangle command from the left hand side toolbox. That here you can when I'm just bring the mouse in the left hand side toolbox, it is showing here this rectangle is a rectangle. You can also start the rectangle command from the keyboard also by using rec I've written, and then enter. Okay, whenever I just started the rectangle command, it is asking to specify the first corner point of the rectangle. So as you can see that whenever I'm just moving my mouse in the desktop screen, so the coordinates values are changing constantly as I'm moving my mouse. Okay, the x value and y values are changing. So to specify the first corner point, we can uh, left click on the mouse by changing the position of the cursor over here, this mouse. Okay, and we can start the rectangle from here. If we want to start the rectangle from here, we have to left click on the mouse. Okay, we have to click on the left hand side button, okay, in the mouse, or we can just specify the exact coordinate. So now I am want to start the rectangle, that means the A4 page, from the 0 0 coordinate system. Okay, 0 0 coordinates. So that is x1 equals to 0 and y1 equals to 0. So 0, from the keyboard I have to press a tab. Okay, and then 0, enter. So the rectangle is already started from the 0 0 coordinate. Okay, now it is asking to specify the other corner point. So the what is the other corner point of the rectangle? It should be the as the I have already told that the dimension of the A4 page is 297 millimeter in by 210 millimeters. So the x2 value should be 297 and y2 value should be the 210 millimeter. Okay, that means 210 297 x2 value should be 297 and y2 value should be 210, as I want to set the paper in landscape mode. Okay, and then 297 tab 210, then enter. To zoom the drawn figure in the AutoCAD, so we have to use the zoom all command. Whatever the figure is drawn in this black screen, so it will automatically zoom and fit in our desktop screen. Okay, so to start the zoom all command, so we have to press Z, enter, A, enter. Okay, this zoom all command. Okay, so now I want to save the drawing, so I have to go to the from file to save. Okay, then I want to save this drawing in desktop. Okay, so I have to put the name over here, right? So 10 HP induction motor IM. Okay, induction motor uh, installation plan. Installation plan. Okay, now as I will draw only installation plan in one A4 sheet, so I'm just making over here. Okay, then click on save. It is already saved in desktop. Okay, now I already drawn the paper size. That means okay, it is already drawn in AutoCAD. Okay, fine. Now what I will do is I need to set the margin in the paper. I have to draw the margin, so I will go to the offset command in the right hand side toolbox over here. This offset command is there. Okay, so offset command is here. Otherwise, I can click the left click on the mouse, or I can just from the keyboard I have to press the O, that is showing that offset, enter. Okay, after entering the offset command, then it is asking to specify the offset distance. What should be the offset distance? This should be, if I okay, if I just offset this rectangle, so what should be distance between this actual one and after the offset the rectangle, what should be the distance between these two? Okay, so I will mention it is as 10 millimeters, so as I need to mention 10. Okay, now it is asking to select object to offset. What is the object to you want to offset? Okay, so I have to click over here using the left click on the mouse. Okay, now it is specify the point on side to offset, in which side it should be offset. Okay, so either in the inside or outside, inside or outside, keeping the same distance in all the arms, that 10 millimeter. Okay, as I want to make a margin, so I will put it on inside. So just bring the mouse in the inside of the main rectangle and click on the left side button in the mouse. Okay, fine, then press enter to go outside from the offset command. Okay, now what I have to do is, okay, so I'm just zooming it on in the installation plan as I'm just dealing with it this moment. Fine, okay, so now here, first of all I would like to say that this is the floor. This black line is specified as floor. Okay, from there, as per the specification of Indian electricity rule, it is already specified there that the TPIC switch should be 1 meter height from the floor, from the ground. Okay, it should be this TPIC switch should be there at 1 meter height. TPIC, the full form of TPIC is triple port iron clad switch. Okay, it is used basically to high power motor and high power applications. Okay, so and okay, one more thing is that here the TPIC switch, and from there it is already mentioned that 0.5 meter uh, above, and the DP distribution box should be there. Okay, but as we are drawing it on the millimeter scale, so if we convert this 1 meter in millimeter, then it should be 1000 millimeter, but our paper size is maximum of 297 in the original set, and in the uh, vertical it is 210, so it is not possible to draw in the actual scale, that means with the actual dimension, but what we can do is we can draw it in the reduced scale, or after drawing it in the actual scale we can scale all uh, the complete figure in one at a time, like 1 is to 20 scale. That means the 20 units are drawn as 1 unit. Okay, so it is known as the reduced scale, or you can use the 1 is to 25, that is higher scale, or maybe at lower scale also 1 is to 15 or something. But here I will not draw like that way. I will What I will do is I will just draw the line with my own dimensions, but I will mention this dimension in after the figure completed. Okay, because why I'm doing like this way, because if I just draw it in the reduced scale also, this cables, okay, and this cables, if I draw it in the reduced scale, then also I should draw the TPIC switch, DB, distribution box, then motor, and this foundation, etc. All these things should be drawn in the actual in the reduced scale with the actual measurement. But as we are not going to make it in a very complicated way, so I will draw it in the normal with my own dimensions, and I will after that I will mention those dimension as 1 meter, just for the understanding to the next person. Okay, so here at first I have to take a I have to draw the floor, uh, so I will take the line command from there on the left hand side. Okay, I have to draw, otherwise what I can do is that from the keyboard L and enter. Okay, the line command has already started, so it is asking to specify the first point of the line. So here what we can do is the same thing. We can move on the mouse, moving the mouse in the desktop screen, we can change the coordinates and left click on the button, you can start the line, but otherwise we can specify the coordinates also, but through the keyboard, but that is difficult to understand from which coordinates should be chosen to start the line and etc. So what we will do is we will just left click on the mouse. Okay, start, and what should be the length, uh, now I am taking it as 140. Okay, at an angle of, by using tab I am just moving in the angle section, so angle should be of 0 degree, that is in horizontal. Okay, then enter, then escape. So I've already drawn the floor of the of my this installation plan. Okay, now control S should be used. Okay, now to save the figure over here. And now okay, now the TPIC switch of 100 ampere should be turned over here, right? Okay, coming to the here, I will take a rectangle, and then similarly that I will left click on my mouse, like okay, from here I will start. What should be the next point of the next corner point of the rectangle? It should be like, okay, it should be 15 by uh, okay, 15 by 8, that is x2 and y2 value are 15 and 8 corresponding. Okay, then press enter. It has already drawn the TPIC switch. Okay, so after the TPIC switch, I have to draw the distribution box, that is DB. Okay, the DB should be drawn. I will draw each and every block at first, and then I will start the cable. Okay, so okay, fine. So I have to draw the DB. Okay, distribution box. In similar way, I will draw a DB randomly within the papers. Okay, within the paper I will draw at the beginning. Okay, fine. So it should be 10 by 10. Okay, just randomly I'm just putting it 10 by 10. Okay, fine. Then the earthing is shown at the left hand side. So I will start this earthing line from the midpoint of the rectangle, this midpoint of the square, and then here. Just randomly I'm drawing over this line. Okay, fine. Then what I have to do is I'm zooming it from the by scrolling the mouse. Okay, and scrolling downside, zoom out, and scrolling in upside, it is zoom in. Okay, it will, whenever I'm zooming out or zooming in, okay, at that time the wherever the mouse is there and on the screen, that is the main center point, keeping the focus on there, the zoom in or out will be okay. Okay, now I have to draw the art thing. Okay, this randomly I'm drawing like 6. Okay, okay, this screen escape, then I will use the move command. Okay, yeah, from the right hand side you can see the move command is there, otherwise I can start from the aim enter. Okay, but is asking the select objects. Okay, select objects, enter, and by after selection and the objects I have to go to the next section under the move command by pressing the enter. Okay, then specify the base point, what will be the peak point. Okay, so what is the peak point? It will be easy to place this line to here, keeping the both side dimensions at same. So I will choose the midpoint of this line. Okay, so midpoint to this endpoint of this line. Okay, end. Okay, fine. Now what I will do is I will just go to this array. Okay, array. So array I've chosen, then it is asking to select objects, which one should be array. Okay, and then say after selection the object, then enter. Okay, then it is an upward direction. The array should be done, array should not be done, so I will click on here and here. Okay, like this way, just clicking on the mouse. So direction is already set. Okay, now what should be the column? Number of columns should be only one. So I will just click on this here, click on here. Okay, it is by default showing this 4. I will make it 1. Enter. Okay, and enter. Okay, and then how many rows should be there? The 4 is enough. Already I've settled by click on the by from the mouse. I've already settled this. The row number of rows should be 4. This is already settled. Otherwise we can click. I can click over here. 4 is there. Say okay, 5. I've made it at 5. Okay, no problem. Now I will go to enter, enter, and enter. I will go outside from that array command. Okay, now I will draw 2 lines, from one from the end of the upper line to the midpoint of the last line, and again to the another midpoint of the first line. Okay, escape. Then I have to use the trim command. Trim command I will get from this right hand side trim option. Okay, otherwise I can click on, I should click on tr, enter. Okay, a shortcut command I can use from the keyboard. But the I want to trim this section, and this section. That means the reference line is this one, but I want to trim this section and this section. But now it will not be possible, because these 5 lines are treated, now it is treating as one object. Okay, it is not treating these 5 lines are in as 5 objects, it is treating as one object, so it will not, we can trim it. Okay, at first we have to use the explode, expl, explode. Okay, explode command, it will explode this one object under which the 5 lines are there. This will be exploded and treated as 5 objects. 5 lines are 5 objects. Okay, so make it like that way. So I will click, it is asking to select objects, which one should be explode. So I will click any one of the line or out of those 5 lines, and then enter. Now see, this is treating as a single object, this is treating as a single object, like this way. Okay, so by clicking on the cancel, that means from the keyboard we can press the escape command. Okay, now what should be the trim command I can use from here or from the keyboard? What I have already told, that tr should be pressed to start the trim command. Now what is that, is asking to select objects, that is the reference object. Okay, this is the reference object, this is reference object, then enter. Then it is asking the select object to trim. Okay, that means which portion should be trimmed out. So this one I don't need. Okay, this one, this one, this one. Okay, this one, this one, this one. Okay, it will not be trimmed because now it is only a single object starting from here, so no reference line is there. So okay, click on the escape, that is just going outside from here. Now using the es command, from there, or we can start e, enter. Okay, so the select, it is asking to select object, which object should be erased. So which object you want to erase. So uh, selecting on this object, then enter, erase. Then again I will erase these two lines, clicking on the mouse, then enter. Notice I already drawn this section. Now the handle should be placed on the right hand side. So okay, to start with, going on the mouse on this right hand side arm of the DB. So I will click midpoint, then randomly from 3, enter. Again this angle should be, I want to draw at the downside, so again 3 at an angle of 270 degree. 270 degree is calculated like this is the 0 degree angle, so this anti-clockwise direction, it is counted at 270 degree. Okay, but it is already taken at the upper side, right? As my mouse was at the upper above, and undo. Okay, fine. 3, tap 90 degree. Now there is a difference what I have already told and what you have already seen. Okay, so why as why the mismatch occurred? Okay, and to answer this question I have to go once again. I will first save it and then and go to the format from the units. Okay, there are the clockwise and anti-clockwise. This option should be unchecked. Okay, from this unit section, this clockwise and anti-clockwise option, basically select. If you check it as clockwise, then it will this whatever the angle you will provide, that will treated as that will count it in clockwise direction, and if it unchecked, then it will count it as anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so that is why the things have happened. And now the hatch is there inside, like so what I will do is I will choose the hash command. Okay, so hash command can be, we can get from the this toolbars also, or we can get it from the draw to hatch. Okay, or we can start by using from the keyboard, that is H. Okay, then enter, H, enter. Hash command started. Okay, so at first I have to specify the peak points. What should be the peak point? Okay, I want to make a hash line inside this square, so uh, I have to click over here. I want to tell one more thing, that hash line should can only be drawn within the closed boundary. Okay, closed section. So after choosing the pick point, then enter, then what should be the pattern? Okay, what would be the pattern? I have to choose the pattern. Fine. Like I want to make it an angle, so like this. Okay, we can see the preview also. The preview is there. No, I don't want these things. Okay, now it is looking good. Okay, fine. If you want to change this spacing between the two lines, then you have to scale. You have to use like 0.5. It will make it close, like preview. See, now the difference between the two lines are already very closer than the previous one. If you want to change alter more and more, then again you have to click the left click on the mouse. Okay, fine. If you want to change the angle, you can change it. Okay, like if you make it 90, see the preview. The, it is the angle has been changed like this and this. Early it was like this and this. I want to make it this and this. I mean the earlier hatch. So I will again click on left click on the mouse, then it should be 0. Okay, 0.5 should be 1 there because that is fine for me. Okay, later also you can change it, that is not an issue. So make it okay, fine. It's been drawn. I will place exactly from the midpoint, and this midpoint should be in one. That should be in vertically properly. So I'll place it later. So now, uh, okay, fine. This should be the TPIC switch should be there of 63 ampere. This should be like this and this. Okay, this should be like this. So this should be like this. So what I will do is I will just make a copy from this copy command. I will use this. Okay, then enter. Specify the base point. What should be the base point? I will take from here to what should be the, it should be in same height. Okay, let's see the same height, 1 meter and then 0.5 meter, and it should be 1.5 meter. Okay, so I will make it in the same horizontal plane. Okay, fine. I placed it and escape. What is the difference between these two? There is no hash lines. Okay, so as there are no hash lines, I will click on this and then I will click on erase. Okay, then but then another thing is there, the starter. This should be look quite similar this one. So to reduce the burden to draw, I will just, and to make the process quick, so I will just copy, selecting objects, enter, then selecting the base point. Okay, fine. I'll choose from the to there. Fine. Now I will erase this one, enter, then this should be at this side. So I will use the mirror command. Okay, mirror command can be started from there or mi. Okay, enter. Now it is asking to select object, which object should be mirrored. So I will choose this one, enter. Now it is asking to specify the first point of the mirror line. There should be an imaginary mirror line. So what I want to do is this, from this side to, from the left side to the right side, this object should be move. That mean, I mean, it should be mirrored. Okay, so the base imaginary line should be from this midpoint of the square to midpoint of the inward side arm. Okay, and now it is asking to erase source object. That means this object, if you want to erase this object, and if you want to keep this mirrored one, then you have to press yes. Okay, you can either click over here or from the keyboard you have to press Y. Okay, otherwise if you don't want to erase the source object, that means the main object. If you don't want to erase, and if you want to keep the both one, the source one and the mirrored one, then you have to press no. Okay, so as I want to mirror it at only one this side, in this side this source object should not be there as per the drawing, so I will press the erase. Yes, okay. Okay, uh, to place this. Okay, at first I will save it, and then now here this object, this complete object, I want to place in between these two switch, this DB box and the switch. So and the at the middle of these two, so I will select the move option, specify the base point. So exactly at the middle point of these two objects, this object should lie. So what I have to do is I have to press shift. By pressing on the shift without depress, you have to click right click on the mouse. Okay, you have to choose mid between 2 points. Okay, it will automatically get the mid between 2 points. What are the 2 points? This and this. See, it is already chosen the mid between 2 points. Okay, just I have missed only one thing. So just okay. Uh, so first I will select move. Okay, object selection done. Then enter, specify the base point of the displacement. Specify the base point of the displacement, that should be this midpoint. Okay, fine. Now I want to place this object in the middle point of this object and this object. Okay, so what I will do is by pressing on the shift key constantly, I have to press the simultaneously I have to press the right click on the mouse. See the mid between 2 points, this option has came, so I have to click it, and then I have to choose the 2 points like this one and this one. So it came to the just the middle point. Okay, just the middle point. But see how important the choosing of the points to make it easy. Okay, so I choose this point and this point, so this base point has came down. Okay, but I have to make keep it in the same line. Okay, same horizontal line. So what I will do is I will make it undo. Yes, you enter the undo command, enter it has gone to the previous position. So again I will start the move command, selecting the object, enter, selecting the base point of the object, this one. Now again shift, simultaneously right click on the mouse, mid between 2 points. Now I will choose this point and this point, so it has came to the exactly at the same horizontal plane, and the spacing between these and these, whatever the spacing is there, distance is there between this and this, same distance are between here and here also, right? Again save. Now see Here after the starter the motor is there. Okay, so I had already playing a motor symbolic representation of the motor. This the foundation, and this is shaft, this is the terminal box, this is the bolts. Okay, so I have to place this motor by using move command, sorry, using this. Okay, okay, and from there fine, I have placed this foundation on the floor. Okay, uh, now I will align the midpoints, this one, two, this. So it is aligned mid pointer aligned in same vertical line. Okay, fine. Now I have to draw the cables. Okay, so as you can see that these lines are thick lines. So what is there? The command is there p line. Okay, p line, enter. The shortcut command is pl. Specify the start point. Click on the left click on the mouse, and now it is asking the width. I have to specify the width of this line as I want to make it as thick. Okay, width, specify starting width. Specify the starting width of the line. Okay, 1 mm. First one, specify the ending width of the line, where the line will end. At that point, what would be the width of the line? So that should also be 1. Enter. Okay, it is now. Now I have to specify the next point. Specify the next point here. Okay, then escape. And in this way I will draw rest of the cables. Okay, this one I will explain. Okay, just wait. At first I will draw this one, and then I will explain what is these things and how we can specify the dimensions also. Okay, now we can see that the cables are already drawn over here. Now see here the break line is drawn as, see, if we consider this as 0.25 meter, then this length, whatever the dimension we have provided, whatever the dimension we have taken to draw this line as randomly, but this cannot be mm, treated as the 10 meter if we do not provide the uh, break line over here. Okay, so because this should be as at least relatively proportionate in our human eye. So okay, so the fact is, now we have to draw a break line. So how can we draw? So we will start PL. Okay, PL from here at an angle 60 degree. So I will put 5 tab 60 degree. Okay, then enter. Then at downside it should be 8 tab 90 degree. Okay, then again 6 tab 60. Okay, yes, see, now I will trim this section. Okay, so the trim command I have already used. Now I will draw the I will put the dimensions over here, right? This should be 0.25 meter. Okay, so how can I draw like dimension linear? Okay, so from this point to this point. Okay, now here you can see this text. Okay, and so it is showing 18.26. So you can see that here 18.26 is showing in millimeter. So we have to write, instead of 18.26 we have to write 0.25 meter. Okay, so I will click on text, then it is asking enter dimension text. Whatever I want to write I can put like 0.25 space meter. Okay, okay, so now you can see that this text and these arrows are small in size. That means it is somehow difficult to see. Okay, so how can we set these dimension parameters? That means the size of the dimension. What is so from format to dimension style, from there modify, and then the text, that is the text height is 2.5, so we can make it 5. Okay, that means this one, see, this dimension of this text height is increased. Okay, so offset from dimension line, that means what is the distance between the distance between this text and the dimension line. Okay, so somehow I can increase it. Okay, symbol and arrows, that means this arrow, the dimension of this arrow mark. Okay, so what is mentioned, it is 2.5. I can make it as 5. Okay, center marking, okay, so arrow size, this is the arrow size of this one, so I will make it as 5, right? See, the arrow size is already increased, so okay, and then close. This is the setting I have done, but it is not reflected over here. So to get the reflection over here, I have to write from this keyboard this dim for dimension. Okay, then up, that is upgrade, then select objects. Okay, so I will put all the dimension whatever I have already taken, all those will be updated. Okay, see, it is already updated, all the dimensions are done. So now what we can do is we can see the dimension line, the from the actual object to the distance between object and the dimension line, distance between these two things is very small, so it should be we should increase it. Okay, so mm, offset from dimension line should be increased. Okay. Now dim te, okay, te, enter, select dimension, this one I can put top. Okay, yes, see, again I will go to the dimension style, modify. Now from here to here it should be 1 meter, it should be written here as 1 meter. Okay, dimension linear from here. Okay, from here to here. Okay, this should be t, enter, 1.0 meter, enter, 1 meter, then 0.5 meter. Okay, this should be 0.25. to the left one. So 0.25 meter. Okay, enter. Sorry. Okay, now again DIMT, and I want to place it in the center position. Okay, fine. Next, this should be 10 meter, right? Ten meter. Okay, then it should be 1 meter. Then 0.5 meter. And this should be 1.5 meter. Dimension linear. It is asking specify fast extension line origin. So my first point is here, and it is asking for the second extension point. Now it should be here. Okay, T 1.5 meter. Okay, now I have to put this text. Okay, this marking should be done. So what I will do is I will take text, multi-line text over here. Okay, so I will write it dB. So okay, first dpic switch 100 ampere. Okay, dpic switch switch 100 ampere. dB 3 by 4 15 volt 63 ampere. So I will just double click on it, left button in the mouse. Okay, dB 3-way distribution box, 3-way, 415 volt, 63 amps. Okay, and then TPSC 63 ampere. So I will just make a copy of this one from here to here. You see from where I've taken the base point. So TPSC switch off, 63 ampere, 63 amps. Okay, next starter. Okay, so I will make a copy from here to here. This should mention as starter. Okay, just move it to the proper position. Okay, fine. Now I will save, and again motor. Okay, copy from here to here. Okay, okay, motor. Then these two. Okay, 1000 volt C squared mm AL is PVC cable. In a similar way, I will make a copy over here, then double click on it. So if I want to rotate it, so I will click on rotate and selecting the base band. If I choose this base band, then it is easy to rotate this direction. Okay, fine. From here to here. Okay, okay. And then place it over here. Now okay, 6 square mm. Okay, one more thing I want to change, that this text should be rotated. As per the standard rules, all the text should be in some particular direction. Okay, so I will just rotate it. So to rotate it within these boundary lines exactly, so what I am doing is I am taking the midpoint of this line and this line. Okay, then in the perpendicular direction horizontally here I'm clicking. Okay, so it has been rotated. Now it's okay now. So what I have to do is I have to put the nameplate. So now here you can see that the nameplate has already been inserted over here. Now using the trim command, so in the nameplate, this one I had imported from my original drawing, so I have to change this one. One more thing I want to say, that there are several commands in AutoCAD. Whatever the commands I had used, there are several ways to draw the same thing with the help of the other commands that may be easy to some person, and I think this is the simplest way. That is why I use these commands to draw this installation plan.